Hi all, in previous video we saw how we can configure our source code directory if our Maven project is not following the standard directory layout as per Maven guidelines. In this video we will see how we can configure our test classes directory if our project is not following the standard directory layout as per Maven guidelines. So what Maven guidelines says your test classes should be inside src/test/java folder. Okay, if you see in project in Eclipse, there is a left hand side project explorer. Inside project explorer I have a project unleash maven. Inside unleash maven I have my unit test cases, which is app.test.java class, which has all the unit test cases. Those are inside src/unittest/java. And my integration test cases, my integration test class is app.itcase.java, and these integration test cases are inside src/integration test, and my src test java is basically empty. I can delete it as well. Okay, so how maven will work in this case? So if I go here and simultaneously if I open the target, I'll delete this. If I say mvn test-compile, it should compile my source code and not source code, test classes, and it should place inside the target folder. Okay, so inside target folder it created a test-classes, but this folder is empty, so it is not working. What I need to do? Similar way, like I configure my source code directory, I'll go to this build helper maven plugin usage page, and here you see this section, this add more test source directory to your project. I'll copy this execution block and I'll go to my pom.xml, and inside pom.xml this is my build helper maven plugin. Inside that we have an execution tag, and inside executions tag I have one execution tag. In this execution tag I have configured my source code directory here. Just below that what I'll do, I'll paste this, and here I'll put my test classes directory. So my first test class is src/unittest/java, and I'll put one more for the integration test cases. I'll create a source tag. I'll say src/integration test. Okay. This ID can be anything, but it should be unique. If I say source code, it gives me error because another execution tag has the same ID. So it can be anything but should be unique. I'll say test classes. Perfect. Now it should work. Now if I go to my command prompt, simultaneously I'll open this as well. I'll delete test classes, and again I'll say mvn test compile. So it should place my compiled code of my classes, test classes, that is app.test.java and app.itcase.java, into this target folder. So inside target folder it created a test-classes folder, and inside this com Gaurav unleash maven I have .class file, which is compiled code for app.test.class is a compiled file of app.test.java. app.itcase.class is compiled file of app.itcase.java. So it worked. If I need to run unit test cases, it should run. Let's see. I'll go to target folder. It started executing using Surefire plugin. It executed my unit test cases. There are 3 unit test cases, so total test run 3. I am printing these statement in my unit test cases, so that is why these are coming on console. If we quickly look into that, these are my unit test cases. where I am printing these statements. These are 3 unit test cases, 1, 2, 3, and here I am printing these statements, checking compile phase, checking test compile phase, and checking verify phase. Same statements are coming on console. Okay, this is working, and because unit test cases are being executed using Surefire plugin, so it generates a Surefire reports folder as well, where you can see emalabeled-report.html, which is a HTML file which gives a execution report of unit test cases. So it says 3 unit test case gets executed and how much time it took. Good. So what the next I'll do? I'll execute, let's say, integration test cases using mvn verify command. Okay. It executed. Let me open side by side this target folder as well. Okay. So using failsafe plugin, it executed my unit test integration test cases as well. Total integration test cases are 2. This is my integration test class, and these are the statements coming from the integration test class, which is app itcase.java. If I go inside app itcase.java, it has 2 integration test cases, and here I am printing the statements: test phase automatically triggering compile phase, and verify phase automatically triggering test phase. So that is how those 2 statements are coming here. Okay, so my integration phase also working. I am able to run the integration test case. And if I go inside target folder, you see this failsafe report. Inside that we have a emalable-report.html. If I open this, it has the details of integration test cases: check test and compile phase, check verify phase. So that is how we can configure our test classes in a Maven project if it does not follow standard guidelines given by Maven. Thank you.